Validation. Ending destructive relationships and those that interfere with pursuing important goals can sometimes be more difficult than forming relationships in the first place. What is validation? Validation is finding the kernel of truth in another person's perspective or situation. When we validate others' experiences, emotions, thoughts, words, or actions, we are verifying the facts of the situation. For example, if a friend says his arm hurts, we can sympathize with him or offer help, validating that indeed his arm does hurt. When we validate, we communicate that we understand the person's perspective. For example, if you forget an appointment with your therapist, she can acknowledge that it is understandable, given how much is going on in your life right now. Validation does not equal agreement. It just means understanding where the other person is coming from. Validation does not mean making something valid. For example, if someone is angry at you for eating the last piece of cake and you did not eat it, you might validate that the person is angry, but you would not validate that you actually ate the cake. Why validate? Validation improves our interactions with others. It shows that we are listening and understand. We are being non-judgmental. We can see the facts or truths of a situation. It makes problem-solving, closeness, and support possible. It also makes others more receptive to what we have to say. Important things to validate. Validate only the valid. We are reinforcing the experiences, emotions, thoughts, words, or actions that we validate. Validate the facts of a situation. Validate a person's experiences, feelings, emotions, beliefs, opinions, or thoughts. Validate suffering and difficulties. How can you tell what is valid? Something is valid when it is in any or all the following: relevant and meaningful to the case or circumstance. For example, when asked whether you think Bill Jones has been a good leader, it is relevant and meaningful to discuss Bill Jones' leadership skills and beliefs. Ignoring Bill Jones and talking instead about how terrible you think Susan Smith is as a leader is irrelevant. Well-grounded and justifiable. For example, it is valid to say it is raining when in fact it is raining, but not when the sky is clear. Appropriate to the end in view, i.e., effective for reaching the individual's ultimate goals. For example, if Joanne, who has a drinking problem, says that drinking makes her feel better immediately, we can validate the fact that alcohol does this effect, but also invalidate that drinking to solve the problems will be effective when Joanne wants to go up to the corporate ladder. How to validate? Pay attention. When you pay attention, you treat the individual and what he or she is saying or doing as relevant and meaningful, as requiring serious attention. Be mindful of your own nonverbal reactions in order to avoid invalidation. For example, rolling your eyes, sucking your teeth, walking away, or saying, "I don't care what you say." Paying attention is not agreeing or approving of a person's activities, emotions, beliefs, or other experiences. It simply says that the person is alive and counts. When we ignore a person, we communicate that the person's activities, feelings, beliefs, or experiences are not relevant, meaningful, or important to us. Reflect back without judgment. The goal at the next level of validation is to communicate that you have accurately heard what the other person has said. Be open to correction. It is important not to add your own assumptions and interpretations. Example: a person might say in a desperate voice, "She hates me." To validate, we might say, So you have a feeling desperate and really certain that she hates you, leaving off the statement, "That's silly because you should know by now that she does not hate you." Read minds. Level 3 validation is figuring out what is going on with a person without his or her telling you in words. There are a number of ways to read what is going on with another person. Voice tone and body language, including facial expression, can communicate aspects of experience that a person has not put into words. Observe the person's posture, face, and behavior. Put that information together with what is happening and what you already know about the person. Then express how you think the person may be feeling, wishing, or thinking. When someone knows how you feel or think without your having to tell them directly, it is almost always experienced as validating. At a minimum, such validation communicates that you know the other person, that you are validating the individual as him or herself. For example, "I can see you are really excited about this idea." Use caution and be open to correction. The chief danger is that an incorrect or only partially correct description of the other person's private experiences will be shoved down the person's throat. It is a good idea to offer a reading of another person as a hypothesis or guess. For example, "I'm guessing that you were really disappointed about that," instead of "You're really feeling disappointed about that." Communicate an understanding of the causes. Look for how the feelings, thoughts, and actions of a person make sense, given that the other person's history and current situation, even if you don't approve the behaviors, emotions, or actions themselves. All behavior is ultimately understandable and sensible if we consider the causes. We can communicate that a person's behavior makes sense because of 1. Learning history. For example, we can tell someone we understand the person's anger at us, given that someone told the person we stole his or her money, even when we are not the ones who stole it. 2. A previous event. For example, a friend hears that others got invitations and went to another friend's birthday party and he did not. We can say it makes sense for him to wonder whether he was left out on purpose. Acknowledge the valid. Communicate that a person's experiences make sense because they fit the present facts and are well grounded, are logically correct, or are effective for their ultimate goals. This level of validation is at the heart of DBT. Examples: if you are criticized for not taking out the garbage on your day, admit that it is your day and take it out. If someone presents a problem, help the person solve it, unless they just want to be heard. Show equality. Respond to the other person as having equal status with yourself and as being entitled to equal respect. It implies being your genuine self within the relationship.